I had to say something. When you like look at all of it, I mean, people are laughing in there, and you're sad. How are people laughing?
I'm Brian Lilly. A more hostile crowd for day 2 of Bill Cosby's tour in Ontario. The legendary comedian was heckled last night in London, something he didn't face Wednesday night in Kitchener. Cosby will be performing in Hamilton, Ontario tonight. That's where we find Gina Phillips. Gina, a bit of heckling coming after he made a joke about a drink? Explain.
Yes, exactly. A woman did get up and start leaving the theater. Cosby asked why. She said, "I'm going to get a drink." And he said, "You have to be careful about drinking around me," to which the audience erupted in laughter. Then later on, someone yelled, "I love you, Bill Cosby," to which a man yelled, "I don't love you." And so everyone kind of knew that there was some sort of heckler in the audience. And then later on, he yelled out, the same guy yelled out, "You are a rapist," just out of the blue, to which the crowd booed. He got escorted away, to which everyone clapped. But Cosby, meanwhile, was shushing the audience, telling everyone to be patient and to settle, and then literally picked up mid-sentence, and everything went back to normal. It was almost as if it never happened. The heckler got escorted out by police as well as his friends in cuffs, and there you saw him speaking to media, but it didn't really shake the audience. Like I said, they were coming out, they still felt great about the performance, and they thought that Cosby dealt with it just fine. Take a look.
He was amazing, handled it very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolute grace and handled it well.
I noticed that the audience just kind of went back to normal. It didn't really.
Yeah, he handled the heckler and he handled the crowd very well.
It was awesome!
Yeah?
We got these tickets for free because nobody else wanted to go.
He handled it very professionally.
Yeah?
You know, he just asked everybody to remain calm, and I think he was expecting it, but
yeah,
at the same time, he did a wonderful job and controlled the crowd and took it on his own behalf to look after everybody.
He's fantastic.
Yeah?
He's excellent.
Did the protester ruin anything?
No, it didn't.
No.
They're just being ignorant.
How do you think that Bill Cosby handled it?
Fantastic. He was great.
All right, so
we did see a lot more protesters show up before, and some were still hanging around after the event, and many of them yelling "shame on you" to some of the patrons. So a lot of the showgoers had to kind of go through that, and we saw a lot more. As I said, there was about 60 of them that filled the front doors there, and here's their side of the story.
I'm here to support the women here that are, protesting what Bill Cosby's done. It's really important the men are out here because, women can certainly raise the issue about rape, but ultimately it's men that have to stop it because it's men that are doing the raping. So it's really important that we're here tonight like this, supporting the women as well.
Yeah, for sure. What do you say to those that are going to this show?
They should be ashamed of themselves. Even if you bought tickets before this came out, you don't have to come.
What we're doing is trying to send a message to women across this country and across the continent that London, Ontario stands with you in solidarity as you speak your truth and seek help for your trauma.
I came to support the women who have alleged abuse by Bill Cosby as a victim of sexual abuse myself and someone who's been sexually harassed in the workplace. I've come to peacefully come just to support the voice because I understand totally how difficult it is to come forward. It takes a huge amount of courage.
All right, Gina, kind of going for the not innocent until proven guilty, guilty by court of public opinion with a lot of the protesters there.
Yes, and we have been hearing a lot of that just from the residents in all these cities, and we're hearing it again in Hamilton today. I'm standing in front of the venue for his last and final show, which is in just a few hours. But again, protests are expected, hecklers inside to be expected as well. They're expecting about 400 people to show up to basically protest, but as I said, the cold tends to keep people away, and very rarely do those numbers actually match the expectations.
All right, you talked about 1,900-seat theater in Kitchener the other day. Hamilton Place, similar size. Have you heard, is it sold out? Are they expecting a big crowd to watch?
No, it's not sold out. In fact, you can still get tickets. And I actually looked at the venue in London yesterday, Budweiser Gardens, and you could still get tickets. But, you know, it was about 3/4 full. Well, it was barely half full. So even if people have bought a lot of tickets, they're not showing up. Not everybody is showing up because, you know, they bought these tickets months ago before the allegations came out in the media. So we're finding that it's not really
the allegations are having.
You can look up online, you know, to see how many tickets there are. But in the end, we have no idea who's actually going to want to go and who's going to stay at home or show up at the protests instead. Now, we are, quickly I'll mention, Brian, expecting more security, and they've requested additional police presence, just like in London. We had quite the pat down and checking of the bags experience, as well as zero tolerance for cell phones. So we'll have to see if that's happening again today.
All right, Gina, thanks so much for following this through, and we'll check back next week. All the best. Facebook.com/Sun News Network. Have your say there. More to come.